Welcome to The Daily. It's Monday, March 7th with Simon Borg. I'm Jason Seguini. Plenty of MLS action going on this weekend into this week. We're going to start with the Cascadia Summit, which took place in Seattle. Look at that team by team, not necessarily the results that happened, but tell me what you take away from this if you're a Seattle fan.
Well, starting with Seattle, I think if there is a group of MLS fans not really feeling great about their team, it's Seattle, only because this issue of who's scoring the goals continues to plague the club. They play well leading up to the final third. What happens there, though, continues to be an issue. Ziggy Schmidt said he is concerned.
Well, if you're a Portland fan, you're probably excited to see both of your forwards getting on the board. Kenny Cooper and Jorge Perlaza both scoring. Jack Jewsbury wearing the armband already. What else did you see from Portland?
They got a great performance from right back Steve Purdy. And given the fact that we don't know what's going on with Kerry Gilbert, the former Arsenal man, he's still not joined the club. And there are reports that he may not join the club. So to see Steve Purdy combine well with Sal Zizzo at right midfield, they created the first goal for Portland. That really has Portland fans, I think, feeling good.
And potentially a new player coming into Portland?
Yeah, Marco Flores is the player. He just won yesterday, just picked up the Player of the Year award in Australia. There were reports linking the Timbers to this player, an Argentine, and from his highlight reel, this guy could be a tremendous acquisition.
Well, speaking of tremendous acquisitions, Vancouver late last week found out that they were getting Eric Hasley, the French forward, coming in as a designated player. Then they get to see one of their young forwards put on a good performance yesterday.
Omar Salgado getting a goal, #1 pick in the Super Draft. It did come against a shaky Seattle back line. They had 2 errors in that game. Also for Vancouver, Russell Tibert, the left winger for Vancouver. He's shown well in every preseason game he's played.
Well, moving across the country to Charleston, where another tournament was going on. DC United getting off to a good start against the hosts, beating them 2-1.
Handy performance by DC against the 3rd Division club. Good performances by Josh Wolf and Joseph Nguyen at forward. And also man of the match performance from Dax McCarty at midfield, wearing the captain's armband.
In the other match, Chicago took on Toronto. Chicago went out to an early 1-0 lead, but then saw Logan Paus red carded in the 30th minute. Held on for the lead, though.
We've heard Frank Klopas, the technical director for the Chicago Fire, talk about building team unity and having all the players fight for each other. We saw it in this game, down a man. They held it together for 60 minutes. And the back line that's being reformed here by Delos Cobos and Klopas has really started to work, the 3-5-2 formation.
If you're Toronto, though, are you concerned that you played up a man for 70 minutes and couldn't break down the Chicago defense?
The only reason you're not concerned is because your 2 best players, Dwayne De Rosario and Julian De Guzman, were not in this match. They are your game breakers. They would solve that kind of situation for you and get the goal.
Getting to one last game. This game was played in Tennessee, of all places. The New England Revolution defeating the Columbus Crew 2-1.
And it was the Crew. They were all over the New England Revolution in that first half, showing no ill effects from the elimination in the Champions League. The Revolution, though, solid. They stay solid. They get the goal, and they hold on, getting a goal from Schalowski, Zach Schalowski, in his 2nd year, getting on the board for the first time this preseason.
Well, we've mentioned the Road to First Kick presented by Adidas. There's plenty of content coming out of that trip that's headed up the West Coast with Nick Fershaw and Jackie Pickering. Yesterday, they were at Chivas USA camp. Today, they were at the LA Galaxy.
And speaking of the Galaxy, we're going to have Bruce Arena, the LA Galaxy manager, on Extra Time Radio today. That'll be up later this afternoon on MLSsoccer.com.
Yeah, and plenty to talk about. All these games and more. Plenty of teams finalizing their rosters ahead of the season. Of course, First Kick right around the corner. March 15th, LA Galaxy taking on Seattle. That's all we have for The Daily today. We'll be back tomorrow.